Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel and to a brand new video. Today's video is a DIY paneling video. So this is all part of our home renovation project. If you didn't see, one of my latest videos was a sort of home tour. We've moved into a project house. So we have finally finished one, well, I'm probably saying maybe 3 of the rooms nearly, and this is a sneak peek of one of the rooms that's finished. I'm nearly ready to film the whole room renovation for you guys, but I'm just waiting for a new bed to arrive, which I've ordered. It should be coming in the next couple of weeks hopefully, and then I'll take you on a full tour of what we've done with this room. But for now I'm going to share with you how we did this DIY paneling of the wall that is behind, and we'll share the colours and everything with you as well. So this is going to be a step-by-step tutorial. I've tried to break it down into about 8 steps, and I'm hoping it will give you some inspiration and make it super easy for you to have a go at doing your own DIY paneling. So make sure you're nice and comfortable, grab yourselves a drink of choice, make sure you're nice and cozy, and I'll get into the video. So I have actually written these down so I don't forget each of the steps. I've tried to be as thorough as I can. First thing that I'm going to do is pop a little picture up just showing you the items that you're going to need to create the paneling itself, and all the things you're going to need to do this tutorial. First thing you're going to want to do is to measure your wall. So to measure your wall in height and width, and obviously to decide if you're going to have a full wall of paneling, whether you want it to be 3/4 of a wall or just half the wall, and also you don't want to forget to take into account if you've got a skirting board or if you're going to have coving at the top as well, because that's obviously going to affect the space that you've got. Decide on the actual thickness that your paneling strips are going to be. So we went for a 10 centimetre thickness or 100mm thickness for each of the panels. All of those is going to be the same throughout your paneling wall. So you want to decide on your thickness. Step 2 is to calculate the squares and the spacings. So I'm going to look at my list for this because this is quite complicated to explain, but once you've got it, you've got it. So to calculate your spacings between your vertical strips or your upright strips, you first need to confirm the amount of uprights you will require. So how many vertical strips you're going to have along this wall. For example, measure the width of your wall and take away the combined widths of all the vertical strips. We used, for example, 10 centimetre thickness for each, and then divide that by the amount of spacings there will be between the uprights. This will then give you your width of spacings. You need to use the same method also for calculating your horizontal strips as well. Step 3 is cutting. So B&Q and a couple of other homeware departments I think offer this as a service. I know 2 of our local B&Qs do offer a cutting service. However, we did have the tools to cut the wood ourselves. So if you've got the tools to do it yourself and the space, obviously you can do it. You just need to make sure it's done on a piece of equipment that ensures that your strips are very, very straight. But the simplest thing is to probably go to B&Q and ask them to do it if they provide the service. I don't think it costs very much, but if you do go, I think it's probably better to have like a drawn out plan of what you're hoping to achieve. It just makes it a little bit easier for them to work out exactly what they're cutting. Step 4 is to apply the paneling. I'd say this is obviously the most time-consuming part. You want to begin with the borders right around the edge and make sure you use a level to ensure they're nice and straight, you've got nice even lines. Mark with a measuring tape across where all your vertical points will then be placed, and apply the vertical or upright strips using the glue as well. We did the vertical strips first and then the smaller horizontal pieces afterwards.
Don't know what to do or what I should say, 'cause I got him on my mind, but he doesn't know my name.
Step 5 is all to do with the finish of your paneling. So we used cork to line every single edge. So every single edge of each square was all corked. And we even did either side as well, so either end of the panelling as well, just to ensure a really flush finish. And then if you want to really go the extra mile, which is what we did, we filled every single little hole where the joining wood pieces were, so top to bottom and obviously side to side. Each individual bit had a little gap, just not a gap, but you know where the wood's obviously joined because it's not a single piece. So you want to use some wood filler. You want to fill in each part just to ensure that it's really smooth. Let that dry, and then when that's all completely dry, use an electric sander is preferable. They're about £30, and if you do a lot of DIY, real good investment to have because they're just so much quicker and so much easier. And then just sand down the filler that you've used, and also any little bits of MDF if they feel rough in any areas, just smooth along the wood, and then you know that your wood primer and your paint is going to go on so much smoother. Step 7 is to apply your wood primer, just to ensure that the paint is going to sit better on the panelling or the MDF pieces itself. It also means that if you've got quite a natural coloured wall, your paint colour of choice is going to look a lot more even with the MDF as well. And the last thing is to, of course, paint your colour of choice. So we went for Furrow and Ball Mould Breath on this wall. I'm so happy with how it turned out. It's a lovely matte dark grey colour, and the rest of our room is very light. So I love the panelling, how it contrasts. And like I said, we've gone for just 3/4 of a wall, so it's not too imposing in the room as well. It just kind of sets it off nicely. So that was our panelling DIY video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial and found it useful. If you have any questions, I will of course try and answer them. Just send me a message or pop a little comment down below, and I'll of course get back to you and answer any questions that I can. Don't forget to hit the subscription button if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more home renovation tutorials and updates, and give this video a thumbs up as well if you did enjoy it. But I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your Sunday, and I will catch up with you in next week's video. Have a lovely week, guys. Bye!